Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to the channel, and something super special today as we start the first video in a 4-week challenge. So I host a group coaching program where I make empathetic doctors unshakable. It's called Dare Darling. And in this program, as the name suggests, we use coaching to support ourselves to do hard things. Ultimately, all in the name of being able to live a life that we love, being able to live a life that is worthy of who we are, instead of being limited by things like obligations and expectations and old conditioning that we've learned, not only throughout working in healthcare and in medical school, what I call clinician conditioning, but also way back from our childhood. A lot of us were taught that it's more important for us to be quiet, be convenient, be easy and obedient, don't take up too much space. And that is ultimately what will make us a good person, a lovable person, a worthy person. It's how we do life right. So we spend a lot of time undoing these things, these blocks that are in our way, so that we can actually just start living life simply how we want to, and how I believe we were meant to, based on our desires, our moral compass. So as a part of Dare Darling, I have a series of dares that I want each of my members to attempt and ultimately accomplish in their time with us. And I want them to use coaching to achieve that, because it's usually not as simple as holding our breath and jumping. As I said, there are these blocks in the way. And the other really great thing about me offering these dares to our members is that as you go to do them, or even think about doing the dares, that's what brings up the blocks. That's the prompt. It shows you yourself, it shows you your barriers, it shows you what is in your way, which is also your way forwards. So what I'm doing for you guys over the next 4 weeks is I'm gonna challenge you to one of these dares per week too. And these dares that I'm sharing with you guys here in this series are all specifically around my unshakable mindset pillar number 1, which is your relationship with yourself. So this 4-week challenge, this set of 4 dares that I'm inviting you to do, are all gonna be based around the skills and mindsets that you require to have a great relationship with yourself. So that means these dares are going to be a really high yield to either build skills or even just discover some of the blocks and barriers in your way. Some mindsets that you may have never seen before because you've never challenged yourself in this way. If you are somebody who doesn't value themselves, these dares are for you. Please come on this challenge with us. If you're suspicious that you do not value yourself highly. This can include things like giving your opinion, choosing your preference over somebody else's, taking time to yourself, literally, physically taking up space. If you're someone who defaults to accommodating to other people, prioritizing other people, deprioritizing yourself, and assuming that everybody else is more important, significant, or even smarter, switched on, or useful than you, these dares over these next 4 weeks are for you. I'll say no more for now because I want to keep these videos sharp and short, and we'll move on to the dares. I'm going to let you know a little bit more about the dares and why we do them, what's behind them, how to actually use them, and how to learn and grow from them, even if you don't perfectly execute them, but how to use them for self-discovery and actually building skills and revealing your next step in the other videos. So make sure you check out the other videos to get the full picture of what's going on here. And also, if you want to understand more about what it means to have a good relationship with yourself, this is, as I said, my unshakable mindset pillar number 1. And I've done a great in-depth video on this. I'm going to link it above and below so you can go and watch that video so you can understand what it actually means to have a good relationship with yourself. Because so many of us are so used to the way we treat ourselves that we can't even consider another way. So I hope you enjoy this really practical series. Challenge yourself to follow along week by week. I'll be releasing a weekly video as per usual, but each one will be a new dare that challenges you to take the action and build the skill and ability of valuing yourself, of having a good relationship with yourself. First dare, let's go. All right, I love this first dare because it is just so simple and you're gonna be able to execute on it in the next 24 hours, 100%, no doubt, as long as you leave your house. You know what? You could even do this in your house. But the dare is, as you're walking on the footpath in your lane, the dare is to not move out of the way to adjust for any oncoming traffic. Now, for each of these dares, as I offer them to you, I want you to take the opportunity, the first opportunity for self-discovery, to notice what comes up. What are your initial feelings and thoughts that come up when I offer you this dare? Are you repelled by it? Do you retract away and think, oh, no, thank you? Do you have judgment about what it means to be a person who does that? Do you have reasons that come up straight away as to why you can't do that, right? So I want you to actively be aware of your initial reaction to these dares. And it's going to be so tempting for someone who's used to being always accommodating, a people pleaser, always trying to look out for other people's comfort and take over responsibility for how other people feel and their experience. The kind of nice woman, good girl conditioning, or even the clinician conditioning that has you prioritize other people and take over responsibility. For any of you guys with this mindset, which is going to be most of you who resonate with my videos, expect your initial reaction to be no, right? No, I don't want to do that. And your mind might be a little bit more clever than that. It might be a little bit sneaky about it. You might not have the emotional awareness to feel the big no, but you might find your mind already giving you logical reasons as to why that's a bad idea and you shouldn't do it, or why it's just not important enough or impactful enough for you to do the exercise. Because how's life going to be any different, right, if you just don't adjust yourself on the sidewalk for other people? But this is about not just the individual action, but gradually teaching yourself and training yourself again to value yourself. And even though whether you accommodate somebody on the sidewalk or not will not be the thing that changes your career or changes your life decisions, we're practicing a rep of being in this mindset. A mindset that says, I'm not less important than other people. I don't need to always give up my space for other people. It's not my job to make sure other people have space. I can claim this space, and other people value me too. Other people will adjust for me too, just like I adjust for other people. It's okay for me to take up space. Just think with me for a minute. If you had those thoughts in your workplace, for example, how would you show up differently? Particularly for my leaders out there, how would you show up differently if you believed you were valuable enough to take up space? So my beautiful friends, let the challenge begin. You will almost certainly have an opportunity to try this in the next 24 hours. Be onto your mind if you notice that you haven't done it in 24 hours, because that means that you're not actually trying to find and create opportunities to do it. And maybe you're trying to self-sabotage this whole process and get out of it. But instead, I want you to commit to once every single day, holding that space and not accommodating to them. And watch and notice how much more relaxed you'll be and how much less energy you'll be expending, not having to be vigilant to adjust and accommodate to everybody else as you're just walking down the street. You'll be able to be relaxed and be in your own space. And as you let all the thought objections come up and as you clean them up as you go, which you can do through coaching or self-coaching, you'll get more and more confident and comfortable in this. And it can become second nature. Dare number 1, my friends, I wish you luck and I will see you next week. Let me know down below if you're going to join in on the dares. I cannot wait to see you valuing yourself, having a good relationship with yourself. See you guys there.